All right, I am here, finally doing Team Fortress 2. And today I've got something a little special for you here. I've got my son with me, Firecat.
Hey, bruv.
The funny thing is, I'm kind of glad he's doing the accent because I've actually heard us recorded with each other recently, and I've determined that it sounds like me talking to myself. So
Well,
that
you do
didn't
that
work
on a
well.
regular basis anyway, so I don't see the difference.
Yeah, it's totally going to sound like me talking to myself. So let's get to the gist of it. I am going to try and improve your TF2 game, and it's going to take a couple of videos. So I'm going to get to some basics, and really, like any sport, any game, any whatever, you get to the fundamentals. So let's consider the fundamentals here. First off, it's an FPS, so all first-person shooter techniques apply. Obviously, practice, practice, practice. Bounce around like a frickin' maniac, get speed boost, pick up whatever you can, and so on. So that's for the
Except
individual
when you're
play.
playing medic, then you just stand against the wall and click on people.
It still helps to move around because snipers will take your head off.
Well, you just stand behind the wall.
So you keep your back to the wall and you bounce around like an idiot. Anyway, the next part of it is sometimes there are bots on the board. If you're getting into with a lot of bots, just drop the server and get to a new one. Next thing after that, they have meet the videos. Meet the medic, meet the soldier, my favorite, meet the pyro, etc., etc., etc. It's good to get a feel for the game on those. Now there are 9 characters, meaning there's 9 videos. Get to know the 9 characters.
There's 10 because it's sandwich.
Well, there's a 10th sandwich video, but that's a different thing. But I mean the character videos are important on their own, Luke.
Rip Demo Night, he didn't even get a video. The sandwich is better than Demo Night.
He is, really.
I mean, now I think about it.
There are certain characteristics of each character you should take note of. Speed, jumping ability, hit points, rate of fire, damage, and maneuverability. Now, I broke them down into skills, spam, and strategy. Certain characters are more skills-oriented. The ultimate in that is Scout, of course. He bounces around like an idiot. He goes all over the board. He can do strafing runs and charges. He takes flanks. He is all over the place. Spam. Who's the big spam guy?
Demo, probably.
Demo or heavy? I was really torn on that one.
Heavy's more of a spray than a spam.
But still kind of spam.
Yeah.
I just keep the damn thing going and keep marching and hope that I run off and get ammo.
It really depends how you play Demo, man. If you're playing smartly or if you're going to spam sticks and go.
Who is the most strategy-oriented?
Probably Envy for sure, actually.
Engineer seems like a very good bet that it's your most strategic. Spy, I think, would be a good runner-up.
Yeah.
It's very hard to tell. Each character will have a primary and a melee weapon,
And secondary.
or primary, secondary, and melee weapon. Some of them have an ability. That engineer, for instance. Oh, no, it's kicked for inactivity. But let's take a look at what makes them them. So here is a scout. He has 8 items in his inventory. Soldier, pyro, demo man, heavy, engineer, medic, sniper, and spy. The first 3 are considered offense. I honestly don't think these things necessarily, how do I put it?
Pyro plays more defensively than a lot of people.
Yeah, I know. It's suggested playing. They may be outdated. Things may have changed. So you don't have to take them as literally as all that. I use them on defense also. Because Scout can get behind and screw with the offense.
Yeah, Pyro used to not have air blast, and maybe that's why it's considered offensive. Which why would anyone?
He's offensive.
Without air blast.
Demo Man? Oh, air blast is his ability to push people back with a blast of air from his tanks and deflect projectiles. Heavy and engineer, these guys are considered your defense. Engineer I kind of get as a defense, but he is also support because of the fact that he has kind of a unique ability in the fact that he makes things, the things he makes, obviously a turret. He makes teleporters.
Probably the best thing.
Yeah, oddly enough, the best. However, one of the best things that's overlooked about him is the fact that he makes a supplier. So, all these different things, however, make it to where the characters interact with each other in different ways, and I'm going to cover that in future videos to a certain degree, but for instance, if you are the heavy, the spy is probably not going to be your friend. He is going to come up and take you out because you are hard to take out otherwise.
One good tip on that.
Medic often supports heavies. Now, he supports Demo Man, and he also supports Pyro, and I've supported him as Soldier, and I've healed everybody with the Medic. But as a holding on to and using special ability, Heavy through Pyro here are really good choices. What were you going to say? No, I'm sorry, hon.
One good tip with not getting backstabbed, at least on payload, is you can A, put your back against the cart and let it push you. Or B, you can just spray everywhere because it gives you unlimited ammo.
A little premature on that kind of tip, but it's also a very good tip. So keep it in mind. Wasn't planning on giving that. But that goes into knowing your game. Now I do it in chess mode a lot of times, so obviously I want to see these characters interlacing. I want to see them supporting each other and also working towards a common goal. Now there's different modes, which I'm going to show you briefly here. Here's casual, and you can see that there are 5 regular modes. Payload he was just discussing, King of the Hill, probably self-explanatory, control points, capture the flag, and attack defense. And then after that, there's alternative modes, which I don't use a hell of a lot of. So I'm not sure how good they are. I think they're okay, but again, you have to find someone to play them with. The other thing is about knowing your characters is their stock start is great, but they have more than their stock start. This is the stock start for heavy. See, there's 4 cosmetics, or 3 cosmetics and an action. So we'll put the noisemaker down for action here. See, now he has an action.
That isn't murder.
There are other guns. We could use, like, say, the Thomas Love. Now, I always keep my stock on B for almost everything. See, there's Sandwich, which you discussed.
Arguably, some people speculate that was actually meant to be stock and they just never implemented it.
Yeah.
Picked up, if you will.
The candy bar, the buffalo steak sandwich, all of them have their own special abilities. I want you to also note most of the weaponry, not only does it have an ability, but there is also a disability. It's handy capable! Yay! Sorry,
Oddly, there is
probably go to hell,
that
sorry.
is actually only a benefit.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think there's only one, isn't there?
Yeah, it's the 3rd degree, which its benefit is completely useless most of the time. But it is,
Yeah. So say Big Brass Beast here, we've got 20% damage bonus, negative damage resistance when below 50% health and spun up. However, it takes longer to spin it up, and you're way slower when you're deployed. Damage penalty on this one, slower spin up time, but there's 100% chance to slow the target once it's hit, things like that. And all the characters have something like that that's specific to them. If you notice the floating head, purely, completely just there to be pretty. Now, you can pick up these weapons in 2 ways. First of which is as a drop. You get these drops mainly because you have completed a specific set of objectives. Your objectives, or achievements, sorry, that's the word I was looking for, are over here.
the milestones are all of them.
There are lots of them. See? Starts with general achievements. Here's your scout pack, sniper, soldier, and one for each, class. Halloween events. Can I still look them up? Yeah, the problem is the maps for the events aren't there. And most of these events are somewhat specific to an activity. Sometimes they're specific to a weapon. Sometimes they're specific to combinations. And occasionally you just get a grinder where it's like 1,000 kills with a person. Here is what getting a reward looks like. This is what you've been waiting for, so if you just need to leave after this, I totally get that, Luke. You get to the eyeball. Winter cosmetics case. So you open your backpack and you go, well, that's kind of garbage. Yeah, we'll delete that.
Unless you want to buy a bunch of keys from Valve.
Or you can buy keys from Valve. Oh, the dog's coming up now because he wants to go to bed. You can trade to another player. You can sell on the market for, what, a penny?
Yeah, I mean, I love pennies.
So, yeah, I'll delete it because I don't like playing around. Another thing you can do with this stuff, however, if it's good stuff, you can craft things with it. So we can smelt a weapon. Let's see, what's a weapon to smelt? Do I have anything worth smelting tonight? Flare gun. I don't use those.
Well, you can use one of them and find something else for pyro. Arguably, your volcano fragment would be a good choice. You have 2 of those as well. So.
Oh.
There you go.
There we go. And I'll create garbage. Craft. Yeah. And then you can combine your scrap metal. And make that into something. So I got 1, 2. Oh man, I can't do anything with that. So it takes 3 scrap metal to get up to the next level. And then you can do different things from there. But from there, you can make items. So we'll say, I want to make the home wrecker. I'll need the equalizer. Do I have one?
I
No.
already made a home record.
Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? Where's the milk?
You need refined for that. So,
Oh, I do? Oh, yeah, I need to get up to the next level. Crit a cola, how about that? Don't have that.
I think
I don't want to take my equalizer out to make
you just made that.
something I already have. An axe extinguisher and a Jarrati. If I only had the axe extinguisher, that would be handy. Anyway, you get the point. You go through your inventory, you make use of things, you make better weapons if you're not getting them already. Getting them is not too hard. And by the way, as far as some of the things go, don't get rid of things until you know what they do. Like, for instance, if I saw the Jarrati and I'm thinking, what could I use a jar of piss for?
A refreshing beverage, perhaps?
A refreshing beverage, yes. Well, I don't need it for that. You throw it on people. Well, why would that be good? Well, to be honest, it's one of the quickest ways of picking up pyro awards. There's a bunch of ones related to this big jar of piss. Let's see. Or sniper awards, sorry, pyro awards.
You think kids mini crits because they're so depressed because they're coated in piss?
I'm coated in
They're
piss.
not willing to live that
I want to die. Okay, so let's see. Saturation bombing. Jarrati. 4 enemy players with a single throw. Rain on their parade. Get the enemy and the medic healing him. Jarrati transition. Use Jarrati to reveal a cloaked spy. Friendship is golden, like the shower. Extinguish a burning teammate. So you see, I wouldn't have known that had I not talked to Firecat over here. And let's see, there's the weapons. Here's the develop. Okay. Yeah, you want to look at your game as opening, middle game, and end game. Now, certain players need it more than others. Scout runs out and does the same thing through the whole game. Engineer, on the other hand, if you start with an engineer, and you're on the team that has to run all the way across the board, you want to put your teleporters in place quick so your team can go back and forth. It gets you points, by the way. And it moves it along to where you're better at defense. However, if you're on the offense, maybe it might be better to put in place a sentry. They may not start with a mini sentry, however. So
Well, yeah, that's not that, but yeah.
yeah, the mini sentry actually comes with a different item, which oh, hold on a second. the Gunslinger. So basically get a big metal hand instead of a regular one. I'm currently using this one, which allows me to teleport in of itself. Different things give different effects. And that's one of the reasons why I don't use the mini sentry so much right now, because I'm in love with the Eureka effect.
Honestly, I think it's a little underrated. It's probably every shenanigan I've ever seen you use, other than the Gunslinger. But,
Yeah, I know, there's a few of us, but otherwise, yeah, it's pretty rare.
I don't have the Jag either, so maybe that's good.
Okay, let's see, browse the items found in the TF2 universe. No, I never use it.
As well.
Trading, never use it. If you want to paint your stuff,
Oh yeah, it's a good thing to note that paints do just give you a new item. They don't apply to an item, so if you
Yeah.
get a paint, you can just get an item you want.
Yeah, so it's a little different. I think I have something in my backpack that would note that. Let's see. There's paint right there.
That's the wrong paint.
That's not what I'm looking for. There was that Christmas one I had. Really? Oh, yeah. So I can inspect the item, I can use the item, I can go to the trading company, which in this case we'll say use. And then,
Just to be safe, but,
okay, yeah, we won't play with that right now. Actually, I'll do an episode where I use it. So we'll bring that forward. All in all, though, pretty easy. Obviously, you learn your game modes, and you learn your maps, and you apply FPS things, and you'll be on your way to having a great time. Now, I'm going to make more videos specific to tactics involving individual players. I'm going to make game modes game videos regarding the game modes. And if there's anything else, if you have any specific questions, even if it's not about this game, maybe I'll make a video about that. Hopefully you've enjoyed our time together. Thanks for watching, my friends, and goats out.